big reputation. Big reputation. Ooh, you and me, we got big reputations. Ow. Hey, what up you guys? It's your girl Chrissy, back with another video, and happy birthday week to me. It's the second annual here on YouTube. Woo! So to start off birthday week, I kind of want to do a video that I wanted to do a month ago, but I actually wanted to save it until birthday week began. So, let's get to it. This is the story time, and it is going to be actually quite a long one, so if you want to watch the whole thing, if you want to watch certain clips, I'll definitely put what minute or what time which part starts when. So if you want to skip to those parts, you can, but I want to tell you my experience at Taylor Swift's Reputation Stadium World Tour. I went 2 nights, but I'm only going to talk about night 1, aka opening night. And yeah, so enough of me talking. Let's go and let's start this video. This was my first time seeing Taylor Swift. Originally, everybody knows that I got pre-sale to Taylor Swift's last night show at Gillette Stadium, which was the 28th of July. And my friend, she actually bought tickets for opening night as well. So I'm not going to really talk about the third night, I should say, because she did 3 shows at Gillette, because night 1 was the craziest, most amazing experience that I really need to talk about, and I am so excited! Alright, so let's start from the beginning of that day. I woke up at 9 a.m. I did the things that I usually had to do every morning, you know, brush my teeth, go get coffee, you know, all that stuff. It was right now probably around 11:15ish. My friend texted me and she told me, hey, let's meet at this time at South Station so we could grab the train to Gillette Stadium at this time. I was like, alright, cool, sounds like a deal. Even though we already had it planned the night before, we, you know, wanted to go over that morning too. That way we have a clear idea of what we're gonna do. So the night before, my aunt actually, I wanted to do braids and have I slept in braids. She made my hair into like 4 cool braids, and because I really wanted to have the Taylor Swift like hair, because she has the wavy hair, and which I think is so pretty, and I wanted to do that kind of bad blood makeup look, and I couldn't find any videos on YouTube, and I was like, I want a cool one. I really want a cool one. And then I came upon, as always, a Nikki tutorials video, and I was like, yes, my queen. I looked at the video, I instantly loved it, and I said, that's how I'm gonna do it. And whew. So I took my braids out. My hair was super wavy, like poofy, but not too poofy, but like so cool and wavy. Not like the beach waves, but like that. If that makes any sense? I think so. And after, I went to my desk, you know, where I usually film my videos and do all my makeup. And I played Nikki's video, and I was literally, because obviously with editing and stuff, she goes fast and kind of talks a little fast for me. So I was like, alright, this step, this step, this step. And this was the look that came out. Wasn't the best, but I tried. And then after my hair and makeup looked all cool, I went and I got an outfit I chose the night before. So I chose just a regular black tank top, and I wore this skirt that was red, black, and white. I got it at Charlotte Russe like about a year or two ago, and it had these cool like big slits, which I thought was really pretty, and I'll show you a picture later on, which later on I'm really excited to talk about. So fast forward to like a couple hours later, I drove my car to the Braintree train station, and then I got off at South Station because that's where the commuter rail is that goes to where we were gonna go. And I met up my friend at South Station. We got our tickets to the commuter rail. We hopped on, and well, for the people that don't know Massachusetts that well or just don't know at all, what we had to do is that all the trains to Foxborough, where Gillette Stadium is, they were all taken, all booked, and we were like, ugh. Oh my god, that actually hurt my voice a little. So we had no choice but to hop onto the commuter rail, and it's in Mansfield. Mansfield isn't super far away from Foxborough. I would say it's about a 5-10 minute Uber drive, and that's what we did. So we hopped on to the commuter rail that goes to Mansfield, and then out of that station we got the Uber to Gillette. We were on our way to Gillette, and we were pretty close at this point, very close to the entrance. So much traffic. Well, obviously it's Taylor Swift's opening night of the Reputation tour. Like, are you kidding me? And at one point, thank God we brought jackets with hoods, because now we're outside of Gillette. Man, I can't speak. Our Uber driver, he parked in front of Gillette. We got out, and the minute we stepped out, pouring rain. Rain. And I'm pretty sure it was lightning at one point.
I mean, do you want to run through it?
Yeah, it was lightning at one point, and then thunders. And I was like, well, we knew the weather was gonna be like this, but not this intense. So we arrived to Gillette Stadium. We were actually there an hour or so early. So we were just walking around Patriots Place, and if you guys are not from Massachusetts and don't know Patriots Place, it's basically a little shopping center with like restaurants and things like that. And we ran inside a couple of stores, because now the rain was getting heavier and heavier, the thunders were getting louder, the lightning was getting intense, and we had to stay in there for a pretty long time. But hey, you know what? It's Taylor Swift. It's worth it. So now it's around the time where doors were opening, which was 5 p.m. and the show didn't really start until 7:30, but because it's a stadium, they had to open the doors early, obviously. So the doors open, and my friend, she actually got floor seats close to the second stage, which I'm gonna talk about in a little bit. So we got our merch, we went inside for a place to stay in for a while until the rain kind of calmed down a bit, and while we let others go in first. So now I'm gonna tell you a little story during the story time about my bag and her bag situation. So after we got our merch and the rain kind of calmed down and it wasn't lightning and thunder anymore, the sun was out, rain calmed down, we're like, you know what, let's go in, get our seats, maybe go grab some food and water, because we didn't have anything and we were starving and so thirsty. I don't know why we didn't think of it while we were waiting before the doors opened, but hey, who cares, right? we went through security, and then we both had these small bags. I have my small messenger bag, which you guys have seen, you know, in my what to bring to concerts video, or just what's in my bag in general. And here's the situation. We were next up in line. I was the first one to go, and they checked my bag. Obviously, with stadiums and arenas and places, there's bag policies. Now, I haven't been to Gillette in close to years. It's been a while since I was at Gillette. It was since Coldplay. So, walked up, my bag, you know, it's literally like this big. A tiny bag with like a long messenger strap. And they had these photos of how big the bag should be. My bag fit the photo perfectly, right? Fit perfectly. And I was like, and they're like, sorry, you can't bring it in. And I was like, wait, what? Why can't I bring it in? They're like, oh, your bag's too big. You have to bring it back to your car. I was like, I didn't come by car, I came by the train. And they're like, alright, then you're gonna have to throw your bag away. And I was like, I'm not throwing my bag away, because this, like, the picture was this big, and my bag literally was like this big. It probably wasn't even a centimeter, like, big. It was just probably even the same size. And they're like, sorry, miss, because you're giving us an attitude, we're gonna have to escort you out. What? And I said, I'm not being escorted out. And they're like, alright, take a few things out of your bag and we'll see if it still fits the thing, you know, the photo. I was like, alright. So apparently I took some things and I was like, can I just shove them in my bra at least? And this was a guy, and I was just so annoyed at this point. He was like, yeah, you can put the non-metal things. I was like, alright. I put the non-metal things and I left the other metal things in my bag. We were, at this point, he's like, you still can't bring it in. I got so annoyed, and the guy's like, security trying to now try to kick me out, not want me in Gillette, and they're like, this girl is harassing me. How am I harassing you? All I'm telling you is that my bag fits the size and the standard point perfectly. So then 2 security officers came over. They asked what the problem was. The guy told his side of the story, and I told my side of the story. The security guard kind of looked at the guy, and he was like, he's like, can I see your bag and on the photo? I was like, well, yeah, here you go. I'm doing whatever you guys are telling me to do. The security guy, he was a pretty decent officer, I would say. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't know their names. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying my experience and what was going on at this point. The security officer, both of them, one said, oh, yeah, your bag doesn't fit. You're going to have to either throw it away or bring it back to your car. And then the other security guy, he kind of looked over and was like, no, her bag fits perfectly. And I looked at that security officer and I was like, thank you so much. And they're like, okay, but we're going to have to inspect your bag. I was like, all right, whatever. I have nothing in there. And because I'm epileptic, I obviously have to take medication with me. They took the medicine out, and they were like, what's this? And I said, I'm epileptic. I need to take this medication at a certain time, which is usually like later on during the night, usually before Taylor comes on. And then the security officer was like, we're going to have to throw your medication away. What? And then a whole thing happened about the medication as well. Thank God people weren't coming in and there wasn't a line behind us. It was just the both of us. And you know, after talking to them and talking, I was like, if I have a seizure, that's gonna be on you guys for making me throw my medication away. And I had my neurologist's phone number. I had my phone in his face. I'm like, call my neurologist right now. She's in the office. Go on. Like, I dare you. And he was like, oh no, I'm sorry. Like, I believe you. And then I was like, but you didn't believe me before. I don't like talking back to officers because they obviously do so much for us. And, you know, I salute them for that. But, okay. And I said, again, I was like, if I throw my medication away and I have a seizure, it's going to be on you guys, and I'm going to sue you guys for that. And I'm not afraid to do that. And the police officer at this point, he got so scared, and he was like, okay, I'm sorry, you know, I'll let you in. So finally, we got in. My friend, she had a situation like that, and she was like the bag as well, but except she doesn't have medication. It was just a bag, same size, and she was like, you know what, this bag, it was just very little money. Like, I don't care about it. I have other bags at home. She threw her bag away, and they gave her a little plastic bag to keep all of her things in there. And then we finally went through security and passed the ticket people, and we are finally in the stadium. So if you have floor seats at Gillette Stadium, they usually, or any stadium in general, they give you these floor seats and their little wristbands. I actually wrote inside of it, like, I wrote Taylor Swift's 26/7/18 Rep Tour Night 1 on it inside. And they put it on us, and they also gave us these light up things, which is so cool. And I wrote, same thing, Taylor Swift Rep Tour, the date, Night 1. And I was like, yes, we're in. I'm so excited. Let's do the damn thing. Woo! Now, I'm gonna talk about the best part of the night. And the show didn't even start yet. So finally, as I said, we got in. We're excited. We have these on our wrists. My friend, she had her tickets. We were originally going to sit by the B stage, which is the second stage she was going to go on after the main stage. And we were section B7, not going to forget, row either 9 or 10, seats 11 and 12. Alright, we were at B7, went to our row, and it only went up to seat 10. What? At this point, we were so confused. We were walking to other sections with the same row and with the same row number, the same seats, and it only went up to seat 10. And Ticketmaster, it only had up to seat 11 and 12. We're like, all right. So we were walking around, and we saw the security guard that works for the floor seats, and we're like, hey, seats 11 and 12 don't exist, and we don't know why. The guy was like, okay, like, I'll go grab someone to help you figure it out because this isn't my job. I just guide people to their seats. I'm like, okay, cool. And he went away to get someone, and a woman, she just showed up, and she was like, are you having problems with your seats? I was like, yeah, you know, we're seats 11 and 12, but apparently they're not here, and these seats don't exist in any row, apparently. And the woman was like, all right, so I want to ask you something. So now the guy was bringing in another guy that had a Gillette Stadium t-shirt, but the woman, she wasn't wearing a Gillette Stadium shirt, which I was really confused about. And I was like, all right. I mean, she had the Taylor Swift, you know, VIP type of thing. I was like, oh, she's probably the VIP staff, whatever. Walking around, so she asked us, would you like the 2 seats to sit in that row, or would you like to be upgraded? My friend was like, oh yeah, this was her birthday present, let's upgrade her. And I was like, I know, how funny would that be? But then I looked at her and I was like, birthday present? I didn't know this was like a birthday present. And she looked at me like go on, like come on, like play along with me. And I was like, oh, like okay. So the woman, she told the security guards like, all right, you know, we don't have to deal with you anymore. I can handle it from here. She gave us these 2 orange tickets and said, come with me. And we're like, all right, like you probably work for the VIP area, so I guess we can trust you, whatever. Then the woman, we were walking closer and closer and closer to the stage. And then she was like, happy birthday, you get front row. And I'm like, wait, what? And then my friend, she was like, what? Like, what's going on? Is this a prank? And she was like, hi, I'm a part of Taylor's team. And I was like, can I get into the rep room, please, after the show? And she was like, I'm sorry, unfortunately, I'm not that person. Spoiler alert, we didn't get into the rep room after. And I was like, thank you so much. And I was like, I know this is going to be so weird, but can I hug you? And she's a part of Taylor Swift's team. And everybody on Taylor Swift's team, I'm guessing, because she was so nice, she was like, sure. So she gave like all of us big hugs. And she also upgraded this other person to, I'm so sorry, I forget your name, but they upgraded him as well because he was by himself at the show. And we just sat down on the really, really wet seats because obviously it was storming. Well, how would you say? There was a storm that happened, as I said. And my friend and I, we were just sitting and we were just looking at this stage that was literally right in front of us. And we're like, what is going on? Are we in a dream or is this real life right now? What? So after us being in shock, or sorry, shook, as people say now, we're like, oh my god, let's videotape this. This would be such a cool YouTube video. And she asked me, like, why haven't you posted it yet? I'm like, I'm waiting for a really cool time. But I didn't say it was obviously birthday week. So, oh my god, I can't believe this. So, let me just show you of our seats and how shook we were. So, here you go. You guys, this is so unreal.
Oh my god.
Okay, so you're not gonna believe what just happened.
Yes, wait for it.
Literally. Okay, our seats were like on the other side of the floor. And now, look at this. I mean, what? Front row? Are you kidding me? We were all the way down there. And now we're like right here. Oh my god. I know. Crazy, right? We were just so in shock. We were like, we can't believe this is happening. Like, and then I was thinking, like, God did this for us. He felt so bad that it was raining, our hair was messy, our makeup was a little bit messy, our seats were messy, the whole bag situation. I was like, this was a sign. God did this for us. And I was like, thank you. Like, God, I love you so much. Obviously, I'm a religious girl and I pray every day and thank God for literally everything in life and how blessed I am. But this night in particular was, and the show didn't even start yet, and it was the craziest, most amazing night ever. And as I said, the show didn't even start at this point. Now the show started. Charlie XCX came on, and then it was Camila Cabello. Charlie, you know, I'm not that big of a fan, but I like her songs, you know. And now, Camila Cabello was gonna come on in about 15 or 20 minutes. It was so cool because in front of us, obviously, it was like the security gates, and then it was the stage. Camila, she was walking right in front of us and saying like not with an attitude, but she kind of gave this like really weird face to everyone, and everyone is kind of like looking at each other like, alright, like what's the deal? And it was so cool because she was wearing a Patriots jersey, well, Tom Brady to be exact, the GOAT, and she went on stage and, you know, she was performing. I like Camila obviously more. Again, I'm not a fan really, but I do like her songs. And then she walked again to where we were, and I was like, Camila, I love you. Yeah, and now,
I love you!
Taylor Swift was about to come on in a half hour. My heart was going like millions, like a million beats an hour, like going so crazy. My hands were shaking, and I was like, oh my god, this is happening. And I looked over at my friend, I was like, we're both seeing Taylor Swift for the first time, and we got front row. Is this real life right now? Then obviously Taylor came on, she was doing the show. She was mainly near our section a lot, which was so cool. And then she was performing on, not the second stage, but the stage after that, next to it. I think it was not the B stage, maybe the C stage. I don't know what it was called, but it was the third stage. So she was performing the song. I'm not gonna say, you know, what song because I don't want to spoil the show to a lot of people. So she was performing a song, and then she got up on this snake with like bone. It had the face of a snake, and it was like its bones, and she was inside of the snake, and she was just flying. And then at one point she was flying over, so I was like, ah! Let me show you the video. But before I show it, let me put it on mute because I don't want you guys to know what this song is unless if you haven't, you know, gone to the show because I don't want to spoil you. But if you guys know the song, you can comment down below and you know what I'm talking about. But here we go. After that, I was like freaking out. She was in front of us, and then mainly the rest of the time during the show she was more closer to our section, which I was like literally dying on the inside. I was freaking out to my friend. I was like, we're seeing Taylor Swift for the first time and we have front row, and she was like, I know, and we just literally couldn't believe it. And then another song came on, and the confetti. I got confetti. I did. And it was so cool. It was obviously like really wet because the ground was wet. But it says Reputation Stadium Tour, and it just said like, it has Taylor's name like all over it. And I was like, oh my god, because I would see this all the time on her Instagram. And she's like, look, and I'm like, ah! I was like, I hope I get confetti like when we get floor seats. But nobody got confetti where we were originally gonna sit. We got the confetti. I was like, yes! Like, I was freaking out. I was like, I can't believe this is happening. Like, I'm just grabbing confetti. Now, let me just tell you something. Remember the orange or blue, the orange ticket I was telling you about? And I put it away in a little concert binder I made, and I decorated it, and I also got the other confetti, which I decorated in there as well. And spoiler alert, that's gonna be during birthday week. I'm going to show you guys my concert binder. Alright. Now, the show ended. Amazing show. Literally couldn't ask for a more amazing night. We grabbed our things and we were hearing people like screaming so loud behind us, and I was thinking like, oh my god, it's a Taylor Swift, and I'm like, but how is Taylor Swift, like, she just, like, she can't be from there to there like that quick. We were walking, we saw her mom. We saw Mrs. Swift. And I was like, oh my god. My friend and I, we were freaking out. We're like, that's Taylor Swift's mom. My phone at this point was at 2%. My portable charger was literally not working at this point because I was just using it so much. And she was coming closer and closer, and everybody was taking pictures with her. And in my head, I'm like, I'm not missing this opportunity. I want a photo with Mrs. Swift. It happened, even though I look like a mess, like a zombie, like a freaky person. I got a photo with Taylor Swift's mom. This is probably as close as to Taylor Swift I'm gonna get. But oh my god, this is literally the most craziest, amazing, words can't describe how amazing it was. It was. We got out of Gillette, and obviously there was traffic, and we had to order an Uber. The train going back to Braintree, apparently it stopped, because at this point it's really late, and it's gonna make no point heading to Boston and then going back to Braintree. So my friend and I, we ordered, all the Ubers were packed, so we had to get a Lyft, which is another version of an Uber for the people that don't know. And it took him about an hour to come, so it was basically, give or take, midnight. Like 5 minutes before midnight. I'm not even kidding, because it took him forever to come. And I remember he's like, I can't enter Patriot's Place. And I was like, ugh. So my friend and I, we had to like cross the highway, like go these paths, like walk up these hills. It was so insane. I was literally out of breath at this point. And my phone was dead, and my mom was texting me, like, hey, how's the show, blah, blah, blah. And I went to text her, my phone died, and my portable charger wasn't working. My friend's phone was about to die as well, and I was like, oh my god, my mom's literally gonna kill me for, like, not texting her, because she, you know, wants me to text her immediately, you know, after things, if I'm not with her, obviously. And then I got in the Uber. I was like, sorry, Lyft. I was like, can I please charge my phone? And he was like, yeah, of course. I mean, he was cute, but whatever. Nothing to freak out over, but he was pretty cute looking, I'm not gonna lie. And I obviously looked like a mess. A sweaty, weird, ugly looking mess. So, he got in the Lyft, as I said. Pretty cute guy, whatever. And I said, can I please charge my phone? And he was like, yeah, of course. When my phone turned on, I had, like, texts from my mom, like, so many texts. So many texts, like, why aren't you responding? Are you okay? What happened? Like, and I saw 5 missed calls, and I was like, ah! And I was texting my mom. I was like, I told her, too, during the day, I was like, there's a chance my phone might die, so if I don't respond, like, to you a lot, that's probably because of my phone. She's like, you better have your phone charged. I was like, I'm gonna try my best. Alright. And then, I didn't call my mom, but I was texting her, like, hey, I'm sorry, everything was okay, like, my phone died. And she was like, alright, whatever, you warned me about this. Like, are you safe? Are you okay? Like, where are you? And I told her we were in the Lyft heading to Braintree. And I was like, at this point, so tired. And again, there was traffic. I literally fell asleep. My friend and I, we just like fell asleep in the lift, and then the guy was like, oh, we're almost in Braintree. We were here like, what? Mind you, I had to drive. And from where I live in Massachusetts, from Braintree, it's about nearly, like, with traffic. Well, obviously, it was like 1 a.m. at this point. There would be traffic, but without traffic, it's usually a half hour, but with traffic, it's like 45 minutes, which is so annoying. And a lot of people watching this from, you know, where I am in this area, you guys might think I'm over-exaggerating. Trust me, I know. I've driven to that train station many times with traffic and things like that. I know what I'm talking about. And you guys, some of you might know, but some of you guys might know about that. Whew. We arrived at the Braintree train station. I got in my car. I said bye to my friend. I got in my car and I was so tired, like, I didn't get in an accident, knock on wood, and thank God I didn't. I was driving, no traffic. I was home in about maybe 25 minutes, nearly a half hour. It was now like 2:15 a.m., like around that time, and oh my God, I was driving and I was like, I want McDonald's. And there's a 24-hour McDonald's where I live near, and I was like, do I want McDonald's? And then I was like, wait, I spent all my money on like Taylor Swift, but hey, I don't regret it. I really don't regret it. And I got home and everybody was asleep, and I was like trying so hard to be quiet, and there was like, and then I got home. I texted my mom, by the way, when I was in the lift. Let me go back. Sorry, my knee. And I texted my mom. I was like, is there food home? She's like, yeah, there's food home. Like, don't worry. I got it. Walked in the house. I went straight for the food, right? No food. Literally one slice of pizza left. I'm like, no. So, like, one slice of pizza, a banana, and a water. Like, one water. Like, no more. And I was so thirsty at this point. So, I had the one slice of pizza. I had the banana. I chugged the water. I went to my room, and at this point, everybody was like in a deep sleep. And I was so tired, but because I don't want to ruin my skin, well, it's actually being a little ruined right now, but who cares? I was like, I have to take my makeup off. Even though I'm wearing so much makeup on my face, I have to take it off. And I literally slept in this shirt. I got another one night 2 for me, but night 3 close to, last show of the Foxborough. And it was cool because the last night when my mom and I went, it was her 10th show at Gillette Stadium, which was so cool. I didn't tell my mom about the show because I want her to be surprised, and she's a hardcore Swiftie as well. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to tell my mom. I'll only tell her that I met Taylor Swift's mom and tell her how I got the front row. And I didn't say anything about the show, nothing. And my mom was telling me like, hey, like, tell me, I want to know. And I was like, sorry, you're gonna have to find out Saturday. And she was so pissed at me, but hey, I don't want to spoil things for her. I really don't. I'm not that type of person either. So I was like, you know, sorry, Mom, but no. And she was like, fine. And I remember that night when I went to sleep, well, my mom, she was asleep, but she was like, we'll talk in the next day. So that conversation we had was the next day. So let me go back. I slept in the shirt. I put my pajama pants on. Even though I just took my makeup off, I was so sweaty. My hair at this point was like out to here. And my hair, it gets really poofy and like the humidity and things like that. So it's really bad, but actually pretty funny at the same time. I looked like I was a drunk mess, but I wasn't, because clearly I'm underage and I can't drink here in America. I mean, in Europe and places like that, you're 18, you can, but I haven't been to Europe or any other place since I turned 18, so no. I'm not a drinker anyways, but next year I'm gonna be 21, so hey, who knows what's gonna happen? I don't know, but it's gonna be my 3rd annual birthday week. And I remember just like having dreams. It's so weird because after concerts, I don't have dreams about, you know, those artists and concerts like that. But that night with Taylor Swift, I did, and it was just the most incredible dream I've ever had. So congratulations if you made it to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this story time, and I hope you enjoyed the few clips that I've added. Again, I want to thank the person at Taylor Swift's team for bringing my friend and I front row. It was such an amazing experience. I forget your name. I'm so sorry that I do. But thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And to the people that work inside Gillette and not the security, thank you as well. Oh my god. Okay. Those security guards. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Thumbs up if you like Taylor Swift. Thumbs up if you liked the tour, if you're excited to go. Comment underneath what you love about Taylor, what you dislike about Taylor. Hey, it's okay if you're a fan or not watching this video. Tell me if you went to the rep tour, or if you are gonna go to the rep tour, or what you loved, or what you're thinking that Taylor's gonna do. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I love you guys, and let the birthday week begin.